Joe Russell with the front line with Joe and Joe. Once again, let us go into the breach. Justin Trudeau leaving his office, getting heckled. Just another day, just another dollar. Play the clip. That's got to play on somebody. It would play on me walking out of your office and people like dropping F-bombs in your direction every day. It's all over the news. Actually, it's not all over the news. They don't play it. That's why you're watching this channel, because we're showing you actually what's going on. Here you have a Canadian man. He's got antlers. He's got a gun in his hand, a chainsaw, and beers. How many progressives are freaking out right now looking at that? Is that toxic masculinity, or is simply that guy just being a guy? I don't know. If you look to Toronto in the Pride Parade, you see a lot of naked guys walking down the street. What would you rather see? A guy with antlers and a gun in his hand, or some crazy naked dude walking down the street? Sadly, a lot of people want to see the naked dude. That's why you got Justin Trudeau in office. The Liberals are calling out Baby Boss. They're saying, where is your climate plan? Somehow they're trying to blame the fires and the air quality as a result of the fires on Pierre. Play the clip. Once again, this is my climate plan. I recycle, I pick up trash, and I am open to a gradual change from fuel. Nothing to see here, Canada. Play the clip.
We're in Halifax, where tomorrow Nova Scotians will pay the single biggest carbon tax hike in Canadian history, courtesy of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. So over one day, the carbon tax will go from 2 cents a liter of gas all the way to 14 cents per liter of gas, a 12-cent per liter of gas tax hike, and that will cost a family about $10 every time they fuel up their minivan. The carbon tax increase alone, no wonder Nova Scotians are barking mad about the carbon tax. The carbon tax will make it more expensive for the necessities of life, like driving to work, keeping your home warm, or every time you go to the grocery store. All told, the carbon tax will cost the average family here in Nova Scotia $431 more this year than what they get back in rebates. That's according to the PBO. And to make matters worse, on the very same day as the single biggest carbon tax hike in Canadian history on Nova Scotians, the Trudeau government is also imposing a second carbon tax through fuel regulations. Now, these carbon taxes, all economic pain without the environmental gain, and that's why we're going to keep fighting them.
There will also be nothing in your wallet, as well as there's nothing to see here, Canada. Let's move along. Nothing to see here. Canadians are talking about secession. This Canadian thinks it is a viable solution to the Trudeau problem. Play the clip. Secession sounds good, but what I'm going to say may surprise some people. I don't think it is a good solution. It will weaken Canada as a whole. What you need is a populist movement. How do you get that populist movement, and how do you get it grounded and launched in the right direction? You need to turn back to God. Oh, people are going to laugh at that when they hear this, but I'm telling you, if you're grounded in God, it will strengthen your family. You will produce healthier children. A mom and a dad in a home produce healthier children who are grounded, who are directed, who are patriotic, and there will be no need for secession. Secession sounds good, and I understand your thinking. Ultimately, it will weaken the nation as a whole, and frankly, it's a lot more difficult than just voting out of the country. Quebec tried it a long time ago. Scotland thought about it and had to rethink it. When Scotland actually considered it, they would have been a third world nation if they actually seceded from the UK. What I am saying is this: it sounds good. Ultimately, I think you could do better. Keep the country together. Don't let Trudeau be the source of division. Make him be the source of uniting the people. You need a populist movement, but you need a people that are grounded in something substantive, and that something is God. Once you turn back to God, your families will be stronger and your nation will be stronger. Trudeau says reconciliation is a process. It's not a destination. Play the clip. Actually, Justin, reconciliation begins with these words: I'm wrong and I'm sorry. And if you're Catholic, reconciliation begins with going to confession. Woo! Did someone say that? Yep, I just did. That, my friends, is the beginning of change. That, my friends, will absolutely improve Canada if Catholics turn to God through the sacrament of reconciliation. Did I say that? I think I did. Once again, the youth of Canada are stepping up. They are true patriots. Play the clip.
I am Monty Walker. Today I'm going to be marching 27K to the War Memorial in honor of James Topp. God bless, save Canada.
This kid is inspirational. The adults have to start paying attention to the Save Canada movement. It's mostly, from what I see, young men like this guy. Frankly, they're leading the charge. Good for you, young man. You are the hope of Canada. Alberta is pro-business. Danielle Smith is waving the flag. Play the clip. People, nothing wrong with business. I'm going to tell you that right now. The liberals always basically point fingers at businesses and say, oh, the bad corporation. Listen, corporations can be bad, but corporations provide jobs, and you have to allow them to operate. If you tax them to death, they simply will leave. It's a necessary evil. What I'm saying is this: you have to allow them to exist, but you can't strangle them, because when you do, they strangle the people, i.e., they simply leave the region. So it's a fine balance, and frankly, Danielle Smith is finding it, and her Alberta is pro-business. Danielle Smith is waving the flag. Let's go to a flashback of Maxime Bernier 3 years ago. He says, your freedom is under attack. Seems to me it still is. Play the clip.
Today, I should be happy, but I'm not. I'm mad. And you can call me Mad Max. I'm mad because our country's identity, our way of life, our freedom is under attack. And I'm not exaggerating. Yes, it is under attack by the UN, by the proponents of globalism who want to destroy our sovereignty.
Freedom is not given. It's taken, and it was taken from you, and it's not going to be given back. And I'm even going to go so far as to say you're not going to vote it back. The people have to have a change of heart, and that will make its way to their head. And then you'll have a new Canada, and a new country will rise from the ashes. But believe it when I tell you, they're not going to give your freedom back. And whoever is elected PM is up against a monster in the Uniparty, and will have a heck of a time representing the people of your country. Freedom is taken. It's never given. The people need to take it back. Before that happens, though, the people need to have a change of heart. The people need to ground their life in first principles: God, nation, country. 500 wildfires blaze across Canada. 1/3 of the U.S. is under an air pollution alert. Play the clip.
Smoke from nearly 500 wildfires in Canada is blanketing much of North America in an unprecedented haze, triggering air quality alerts in 20 U.S. states that are home to a third of the population. On Wednesday, the EPA's air quality index for major cities, including Chicago, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, and Toronto, reached unhealthy or very unhealthy levels as city skylines faded into a shroud of smoky air. Air pollution near Detroit reached hazardous levels. Meanwhile, over 100 million people across the United States are under heat warnings and watches today as a heat dome that's lingered over Texas expands to southeastern states and parts of California brace for triple-digit temperatures.
Where is Saint Greta of the perpetual car battery when you need her? Baby Boss and Dougie Ford together. I think they're watching too many reruns of Miami Vice. Tubbs and Crockett have returned, Canadian style. A Quebec cabinet minister bills taxpayers $60,000 to attend the 2023 World Economic Summit. So let me get this straight. Because of the WEF and its influence over your prime minister, you're being taxed. Now, your politicians are basically asking the people to pick up a $60,000 fee to attend the summit. You're getting it both ways. And at that summit, he's drinking martinis, eating good food, and you can't even buy food. You're going to food banks. That's what's happening, Canada. The World Economic Forum is a curse. It's a scourge on the world. History will look back at this as one of the biggest grifts out there. These are the most powerful people in the world, and they're basically pulling the strings for the average working people across the West at a $60,000 entrance fee that you're paying. And then, after they all drink their martinis and talk their crap and trash at conference tables, they tax you more. That's what's happening. That's why we have to pay attention to the World Economic Forum. It's not conspiracy. That is the power base of the world right now. Everybody who's somebody is listening, and average people have to listen to and need to know the messaging coming out of that group of individuals because they are nefarious. To all my Canadian American friends, if you like what we do on the front line, I'm asking you to give $1, just $1. Production costs money. We do it for you. We are self-funded, and $1 goes a long way. That's less than a cup of coffee. In Canada, a cup of coffee might cost $5. So you're getting off easy. Please just give us $1 and we'll keep the content coming your way. God bless you. And remember, stay free.